Here is Jorge Posada to start things off in the 15th at Comerica. Knuckleball from Sparks stays high.
I had a 21-inning game in Atlanta. It was actually in Mobile. I did it in the studio in Atlanta, recreated.
Oh, recreation.
I did every commercial live, every half inning, every station break, everything. Never off the air.
Is
the
that
whole
right?
time. Yeah. Ended in a 4-4 tie.
Now, did you take any liberties when you called a recreation?
Oh yeah, that's par for the course. You got to take liberties.
And you had, I assume, the 2 pieces of wood for the crack of the bat?
Well, I didn't do that. I had a ruler on the table.
That's what you did?
Pretty primitive.
Now, how difficult were those to do? Because it seems like it would be harder than it looks.
Well, you got a little bit of an abbreviated description of what happened, then you'd fill in. But there were a lot of guys could do a better recreated game than they could do a live one.
That's line to right field and a base hit. So Posada starts off the 15th with a solid single to right. Now, rain delays. I always wondered about rain delays.
Well, you just honked, or if the station was good to you, they say we'll have what they called a recorded interlude.
Give you a little bit of a break.
Yep, they played electrical transcriptions.
Here is Ventura now, and he lines it back up the middle into center, base hit. Posada rounds the bag. He'll go to third. And he is in standing up. It just got through the middle of the infield, and the Yankees are in big-time business here in the 15th. Back-to-back hits by Posada and Ventura. Just out of the reach of Steve Sparks. That's how close he came to not only making that play, but probably doubling up the runner. And Posada makes it to third. He's the go-ahead run now, just 90 feet away.
Well, remember when Sparks came in, he got that double play ball and got the Tigers out of trouble.
Yeah, he's
going to have to play in on this one, though, I think.
Infield has been pulled in for the Tigers. Ventura, the runner at first base. Shadows now starting to creep into the ballpark as we get into the early evening. High pop-up off the bat of Mondesi. This will help. Inge discards the mask. One away. Well, that's the way you pitch out of these things, one out at a time, and Sparks gets a big one. Now the double play gets him out of the inning.
Yeah, they're going to move him back and try for it.
So Tram has decided to push that infield back now, look for the double play. And again, the Yankees have hit into more double plays than any team in the league. And Juan Rivera will be the hitter. Oh for 5 with a walk. Knuckler stays high, 1-0. It was Rivera that was the first hitter that Sparks faced in this one back in the 10th inning, and Sparky got him to bounce into the double play. And he would love to get him to do it again and continue what has been a rough afternoon for Rivera, who I'm sure right now is just concentrating on getting the ball in the air deep enough to get that run in from third base.
And that man at third, Posadas, he's been on base 5 times.
And Posada right now is the go-ahead run, the 2-0. That's back out of play. 2 balls and 1 strike. And Juan Rivera. Yankees now about hit the Tigers 12-11. 3 double plays today, 55 this season. Bluff to third, look to first, and Ventura was leaning a little bit. He was running on that last pitch to try and stay out of a possible double play. But they have a propensity to hit into those twin killings, so they want to do all they can to stay out. The 2-1. Swung on and missed. 2-2 on Rivera. Todd Zeile waiting on deck. And again, a pitch at the letters. This time Rivera swings right through it. The 2-2. Swing and a bouncer. Back to the mound. Sparks to second one. Relay. Got him the double play. He did it again. Fourth double play the Yankees have hit into, and that was huge here in the 15. 1-6-3. Well, the Tigers dodge another bullet with yet another double play, their fourth that they have turned today, and Sparks comes up big again. And we, in the meantime, are headed to the bottom of the 15th inning. And Omar Infante will start things off for the Tigers. Infante, Munson, and Halter. Oh, the Yankees really have to be reeling after that. Couple of singles to start the inning. Go ahead run at third with nobody out, and they come up with nothing. Here's Infante now, and he takes a strike. 0-1. Wells came on in the 12th. So this will be his fourth inning of work. 4 hours, 36 minutes. It's bobbled by Jim. Has to recover. And he does in time. That is the longest game in the history of Comerica Park. We have made history today, Ernie.
Not the way we thought we would.
That's not the kind we thought we'd have, but history nonetheless. That'll bring up Eric Munson now. Wells delivers a strike in the inside corner.
You know, I love these extra inning games. People say, how can you go so long? But every pitch means something. You know, you go swing of the bat can end the game anytime.
Only takes one. Munson strokes one back up the middle. Nicely done. Base hit to center. Winning run is on now. That is the second hit of the game for Munson, but the extra innings had been tough on him. He had struck out a couple of times, once in the 10th, once in the 12th. But in extra innings, very little bonus offense. Yankees are 3 for 18. Tigers 2 for 20 with 7 strikeouts. Winning run is on. Here is Shane Halter. Good breaking ball. It's in at the knees. 0-1. Shane, a couple of RBIs in this one this afternoon. High fly ball, right field, hit pretty well. Mondesi on the run. He'll track it down in front of the scoreboard. Halter hit the ball a long way the other way, but there are 2 gone now.
That looked like it carried a lot farther than I anticipated. Maybe the breeze got a little bit.
They have. It just kept going out there to right center. It'll be up to Brandon Inge now. Now, Ernie, when Fox first called you about filling in today and joining us in the broadcast booth, were there any provisions made for extra innings?
I'm going to have to renegotiate.
Yeah, you might want to check that out, because you've called the equivalent of almost 2 games here.
That's right. 2 for the price of 1.
Inge looks at a strike call. 0-1. Brandon, a couple of hits today. Tigers have that winning run, standing at first base.
You can get on Rod Allen's case when he comes back and say, yeah, you didn't want to do that extra inning game.
Oh, I will, trust me. Rod back in Arizona with a family commitment. That's in the air. Shallow right, should do it. Mondesi is under it. And the side retired. How about we go to the 16th? It's an 8-8 ball game.
All right.
You're watching Fox Sports Net.
Well, we go to the top of the 16th inning now at Comerica Park, all tied at 8 runs apiece. Each team with 12 hits as well. It has been a long afternoon of baseball, an entertaining afternoon of baseball. Roger Clemens went for his 300th, did not get it, although he left with the lead. The Tigers coming back from a 7-1 deficit at one point earlier in this game. And this man here, Steve Sparks, he's been a story. He has induced 3 double plays in extra innings today, and he's definitely been the difference in keeping the Tigers going in this one.
One of the great thrills about baseball, Mario, all the situations that the team can get in and then get out of when the game's close.
And they have gotten out of some situations with the double play balls as Zeal stands in and takes a strike. 0-1 on Zeal, who will be followed by Jeter and Matsui. 1 ball and 1 strike. Well, what did we do here? We set a couple of records here today at the ballpark. As you look at the numbers of Steve Sparks, 5 2/3, no runs, only 3 hits. That's in the air toward left. Sanchez and Kingsale. Sanchez wants it. He'll take it. 1 away. We have a record for attendance of better than 44,000. Length of game, that's a record for Comerica Park. And some of the serious records, though, of Major League Baseball, when we look at this Yankees team and think back, of course, Joe DiMaggio's hitting streak, Ernie, has to be one that maybe won't ever be broken.
I think you're right. You know, you don't want to say never, but that's up there in that category, certainly. So much pressure on a guy day to day, game to game. It's not like reaching a goal like 3,000 hits or 300 victories where you've got time for it to happen.
That's hit to third. Munson cuts it off. Nice play. Throw is high, but the tag is made. 2 outs. And speaking of Joe D, 56-game hitting streak, he was quite a talent.
He was great. One of the smoothest guys you'll ever see. Great fielder. He could hit. He could do everything.
One of the great all-time Yankees, Joe DiMaggio. Ball up high to Hideki Matsui. 2 gone in the Yankees' 16th inning. They've handcuffed Matsui pretty well. You talked, Ernie, about the double that he got in the 9th inning. Last Yank to get a hit. He has not displayed the power they were hoping for when they brought him over from Japan, where he was a 3-time MVP over there. Signed a 3-year deal for $21 million to come over to the States to play. They expected a little more power because they hit 50 last year in Japan. 1 ball, 2 strikes. Check it 2-2. Now run it to 3-2 on Matsui. You want to take care of him here. You don't want to face Soriano, who's on deck with a man on. Full count pitch. Swung on and missed. So Sparks continues to cruise in this one. He has been the story out of the pen for the Tigers. We go to the bottom of the 16th. All tied at 8. And we'll see if that can help the Tigers here as we go to the bottom of the 16th inning in an 8-8 ball game. And the Tigers hoping to win it. In the bottom of the 16th, they send Gene Kingsale to the plate against the left-hander David Wells. On the first pitch, Kingsale sends it back into the seats. We've had 24 hits in this game. 12 for each team, and Kingsale has had a 2-run shot. His only hit this afternoon. Wells came on in the 12th. This is his 5th inning of work now. Boy, the Tigers relievers, the numbers continue just to pile up. 10 into 3rd innings now, allowing 5 hits and 1 run. Tremendous work, mostly done by Sparks, but Roney has also pitched. Sperling, Herman, that's hit to 3rd and played perfectly as Ventura throws him out, 1 away.
The center fielder, number 19.
Well, Mr. Wells is doing a job too, Mario.
Can't ignore him either. very rocky start when he hit Dimitri Young in the 12th inning, the first batter he faced, but the Tigers stranded him, and they really haven't been able to do anything against him. They got a single from Eric Munson in the 15th, but no dice, and now Sanchez here. He slaps a bunt right to the first baseman. Well, he tried to bunt his way on. He utilized that speed, but it doesn't matter if you pop it straight up. 2 gone.
I've got a great Babe Ruth picture I'll sell to the Boomer if you'll give me 35 grand for it.
To go with his cap?
Yeah, to picture the Babe in front of the old Book Cadillac Hotel in 1931.
Really?
And he's got a 31 Cadillac with him, and he's got the keys to the car in his hand. It's a beautiful picture.
Well, if you paid 35 grand for that hat, I figure you can get at least half of that for the
I would
photo.
think so.
Might want to ask him after the game. It's worth a shot, Ernie. I think it really is.
Why not?
Broken bat hit the third foul. He sliced the bat right in half. There's the Babe.
Oh yeah, the Babe. What a guy. You know, the Babe hit a home run in 27, number 57, and he carried the bat with him, and the boy ran on the field, grabbed the bat, and the Babe carried the boy and the bat across the plate. How about that? Picked the kid up and carried him across the plate with a bat.
Quite a character he was.
He was. He was a beauty. He turned the baseball around in the early 20s.
Now, if the Babe was playing today, I would imagine he wouldn't be going around eating too many Metrex bars, would he? He had his own conditioning program and his own special diet.
He probably owned the franchise with the ability he had. He made big money, you know, in his time. He made real big money comparatively.
But compared to today's standards,
no, sir.
Not a whole lot. That's a tough play if it stays fair, but it will not as it rolls foul.
Yeah, there he is getting a workout. You know, the Yankees clinched the pennant. I think in 1928 they were way ahead. They clinched the pennant in Detroit. They were going to have a big party. And the Babe ordered call room service and said, "Can I get a piano up here for the party?" They said, "We don't have a piano in the hotel." He said, "Well, send out and buy one for me."
Jeez. Little late night takeout, huh?
Yeah.
Interesting techniques in his day.
Oh, yeah.
0-2 on Santiago. Well, Boomer has that type of personality. Maybe not as wacky, but Boomer's certainly outgoing. Yeah. He's not afraid to speak his mind, is he?
No, he's not. He's a really good-hearted guy, though. Does a lot for a lot of people.
Have you read his book, Ernie?
No, I haven't seen that yet. I've read about it. I've read some of the brouhaha that came out when it first hit the stands.
Santiago barely staying alive.
Well, the problem with a book is, you know, the publisher, especially with a player, they want you to tell a lot of secrets.
Yep.
And to rip somebody. And if there's any little thing in there, the publicist picks it up and they promote the book that way.
No balls and 2 strikes. That's popped up. Foul ground. Is there room for Ventura? He leans over and he got it. What a play by Robin Ventura. That'll take care of the Tigers in the 16th. We have still not decided this one. Ventura sends this one to the 17th inning. On our way to the 17th inning now at Comerica, tied at 8th. Rusty Wallace has been through it all in his illustrious career, overcoming stereotypes, a strained personal life, and a feud with NASCAR's Golden Boy, right along with an auto racing legend on Beyond the Glory tonight at 8 on Fox Sports Net. First pitch to Soriano has hit a ton to center field. Sanchez back, leaps, can't get it, and that ball is gone, a home run. Alfonso Soriano has just broken the 8-8 tie. And Sparks, who has been so brilliant this afternoon, gives up the long ball to dead center to Soriano. And Alfonso made no mistake about it. Looked like it hit the top of the wall, bounced over. And our first run in this ball game since the 7th inning. It's a 9-8 game. And a high drive into left field. Kingsale is under this one. Trammell is gone, one away. 13th hit of the game now for the Yankees that has broken the tie. Soriano hits his 17th home run already this year.
League leader.
What a talent he is. Posada singled his last time up.
That's been said many times, Mario. When a knuckleball is hit a long ways, it really goes a long way.
Yeah, you see a lot of fly ball outs with knucklers, but that one just kept going. 1 ball, 1 strike on Posada. So a total of 25 hits for these two clubs, but that one the biggest so far for the Yanks to break the tie. That's drilled deep in the air to right, and that ball is gone. And the Yankees have found the range here in the 17th as Posada hits his 13th home run.
And what a day he's had.
An insurance run for the Yankees, and what a day indeed. On base 6 times today, and Posada gives the Yanks a little bit of cushion. It's a 10-8 ball game. No balls and 1 strike on Robin Ventura. Well, the Tigers had to push Sparks to the limit here, and he surrenders a couple of runs in the 17th. High pop up. Foul ground. There appears to be room for Munson. 2 away now. That'll bring up Raul Mondesi. Well, if you're Bob Cluck, despite what has transpired here, you just basically have to look at the overall picture, and his bullpen has done a tremendous job in this one. The Yankees have hit 4 long balls in this game. Jeter, Zeal, Soriano, and Posada. 1 ball, no strikes on Raul Mondesi. That's on the ground slowly to the shortstop. Infante will charge, and that'll take care of the side, but the tie has been broken. Home runs for the Yankees. Soriano, Posada, 10-8 New York. Well, the Tigers are down by 2 now. 10-8 score as we go to the bottom of the 17th inning here at Comerica Park, and a good portion of the better than 44,000 in attendance here today still remaining. And Joe Torre has had to watch his team struggle to maintain a lead and then regain the lead. They were up 7-1 at one point, and now David Wells trying to finish this one off as Bobby Higginson leads it off, and a strike is called. 0-1. Higginson, Young, and Infante due up for the Tigers. Strike call. 0-2.
Been a struggle for Bobby today.
The count remains. Yeah, Higgy really has struggled today, and he's a guy that, like Dimitri Young, has turned it up, or did turn it up in the month of May. But on base only once today. He has scored a run. That's back up the middle into center, base hit, and a leadoff single for the Tigers. So the Tigers tying run will come to the plate. It's Dimitri Young. Got some activity in the bullpen now for the Yankees. Jason Anderson and former Tiger Juan Acevedo. Wells came on the 12th and has given up the 13th Tigers hit now. Here's Dimitri. Bouncing ball hits slowly to short. Jeter on the charge. Off balance throw. Got him.
Well, that's a tough play, and he made it beautifully.
He made it look so easy. But Dimitri runs pretty well, and he really had to hurry this play. Still had enough time to use the glove. So Higginson moves to second base. One gone now.
Well, the word is that Mr. Clemens' next appearance, he'll be pitching against Kerry Wood.
Wow, that'll be
at Wrigley Field. That'll be a matchup, won't it?
Each guy with a 20 strikeout game in their back pocket. Clemens with 2 of them. Infante the batter now. And a good venue. That ought to be an electric ballpark there, Ernie.
You know it.
Wrigley Field. Interleague play begins next week. Oh, and 1 on Infante. One ball, 1 strike. Wells now slowing down the pace.
Usually a sign of tiring a little bit when you get slower.
And the 1-1. 1-2 now is the count on Infante. Well, you have to feel bad for Sparks. I mean, he came in and did all he possibly could. Got the 3 double plays, all in extra innings, but was touched up for a couple of homers.
Yeah, you figure if the teammates had had a few hits and runs, he would have been the winner.
Yeah, would have never gotten to that 17th. The 1-2. Fought that one off. Tigers will have the Yankees leave town, and they'll start up their interleague series in San Diego on Tuesday. 3 against the Pods. But what an effort today by Steve Sparks. The luxuries of having the knuckleball pitcher. When you get into extra inning games, you can just let him go for a few innings. That almost hit Juan Samuel at third base. Sammy had to skip out of the way.
Sammy can still move pretty good.
Evidently. Let's take a look. Whoop. Now just straighten it out, says Sammy. 1-2. Up the middle. Tough play for Jeter on the short hop. He throws out Infante. A couple of big time plays for Derek Jeter here in the 17th. And there are 2 gone now as Higginson remains at second. And the Tigers are down to their final out. These 2 teams have combined for 18 runs on 27 hits. They've also combined for 6 errors today. Hasn't always been very perfect or pretty. Munson drills one deep to right field. That ball is off the wall. Higginson will score on the play. Munson heads to second, and the Tigers are not done yet. It's a 10-9 ball game. Oh, a little bit more under that one, and Munson would have tied it up. Tigers back to within 1. Wells made him look foolish on some breaking balls a little earlier in the game. That time he hung one, and Munson drilled it. Now, if you're Joe Torre, you make a trip out to the mound to see what the situation is here with Wells. They may want to go to the right-hander here with a tying run in scoring position. Shane Halter due up. And Torre will take the ball from David Wells, who comes in relief here. Came on in the 12th inning, will depart in the 17th, and former Tiger Juan Acevedo will come in to try and save it against his former teammates. It's a 10-9 game. Well, David Wells is out of the ball game. Tigers back to within a run, 10-9. They have 2 outs and the tying run at second base. And Wells 5 2/3 in relief today. And his numbers: 3 hits, 1 run. It was earned. The man at second, his property though, didn't walk anybody and hit a batter. And he will give way to the former Tiger Juan Acevedo, making his 23rd appearance of the year. He's had 5 save opportunities and converted them all when Rivera was out with an injury early this year. So Acevedo on to face Shane Halter with Eric Munson at second base. He has just doubled in a run. Halter has 2 RBIs, trying to tie it up. And a ball outside and high. There have been 14 pitchers used in this ball game, 7 for each side now, with Acevedo joining the party. The 1-0 to Shane. High fly ball, center field. Matsui is there, should do it. And it took 17 innings, but the Yankees will come away with a victory in the final game of the series, 10-9 over the Tigers. So a long day of baseball comes to an end. Roger Clemens, Ernie, does not get win number 300, but a great day at the ballpark nonetheless. You had a big crowd and really not a bad ball game to watch.
Well, it was very exciting. You know, there were some rough plays in it, but there was some come from behind by each team, and we saw some great relief pitching by each team. But the Tiger bats just sort of went silent in the last few innings, and the Yankees prevail with those big hits in the last inning.
2 home runs. Ernie, we appreciate you visiting with us today. Stay safe, stay well. Thank you very much.
All right, thank you. Enjoyed it.
It's been a pleasure. The Hall of Famer, Ernie Harwell. Well, our next Tigers telecast is Thursday with an interleague matchup on the road against the San Diego Padres. Coverage begins with the Mike's Hard Lemonade pregame show at 4:30. Now, for our special guest, Ernie Harwell, this is Mario and Pemba saying so long from Comerica Park. Final score in 17. Yankees win it 10-9. You've been watching Tigers baseball on Fox Sports Net, where you can see the Detroit Sports Report tonight at 10. Now, stay tuned for Sunday Night Fights already in progress, coming up next.